One, call online, how about me outside? Das. The honest to hopefully let elder apostles slave to be saved, and all those under this doctrine. And much peace and many blessings to the rest of the brothers teaching this truth, from the elder brothers on down to the younger brothers. I teaching this truth in all true faith and sincerity, to the men of my congregation, our camp, our church, Shalom, to the rest of the believers of the Israelite race, in the faith of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, you men, women, and children. Shalom, ultimately to the elect. And 1/3, those that will go on to be found to have been in the house of David. So, yeah, this something just quick, straight to the point. You celebrities, you just, you selling out, you celebrities, you dang scoffers, you dang, low-level sellouts, the coons of our people, the rich, the poor, even people outside. And you won't get immunity, man. None of that could ever grant you immunity, from out the so-called white man's, or away from the so-called white man's wrath, out or away from the hell, being brought to earth right now, to all the inhabitants, and chiefly, the hell, pretty much played out in America, man. You could none of those things you do or did was gonna ever grant you immunity from it. And this is proof. This is Australian. This is from an article. All right, January 29, 2022, and it says Australian Prime Minister tells Kanye West he must be fully. See that? He must be fully. You gotta get, with the stuff, It says to enter the country. To enter the country. It doesn't matter, he's in quote unquote, in quotes, this is from the Prime Minister, it doesn't matter who you are. See? And that's a so-called white man for you. That's Esau, man. Because he has to work himself up to the point he fulfills this. And he calls it all, both small, Revelation 13 and 16. See that? He has to work himself up to the point to where he fulfills this. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. See, no exceptions. Don't matter who you are, as he says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. See, what man? So-called white man. And his number is 636. See, 666. Now we're going to read this in the NLT, starting at verse 16. He required everyone. This is what John seen, on the island of Patmos, regarding the future, the times we living in now. He's seen what still hasn't even came yet. Okay, the Israelite, ancestor of us, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This is what he's seen, man. This is the Most High showed him. Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, all right? He required everyone, small and great, you see, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he didn't know what it was at the time, but we know. Yahushua showed them these things, and ultimately, pretty much was all kicked off with Yahushua showing, bringing him in on these things, and now, pretty much Yahushua has done the same thing now. He's it's many Johns, if you will, The men that's been raised up in there, they're now being showed what these things was. What this thing was, which is the RFID chip. Anyway, it says, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. You see, wisdom is needed here. Let one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. See, so there it is, man. I'm gonna get another quick scripture. So as I said, that's what he's ultimately working himself up to. He has to work. The Lord has to put him in process, a momentum to get to that point of manifesting that. We can clearly see that with this, man. Period. Once again, Australian Prime Minister tells Kanye West he must be fully, to enter the country. See that? It says, it doesn't matter, he says in quotes, it doesn't matter who you are. Scott Morrison's comments come a day after a report that Ye was planning to perform in Australia in March. Yeah, make money. See that? But he can't make money, without this thing. It says this man, this so-called white man. Now we know this isn't the mark of the beast, but it's gradualism. You see, it's building up the momentum to where they come with that. Esau come with that, and we just read how there's no exceptions, man. So you scoffers, you coons, you low-level sellouts, you brown noses, you so-called celebrities, none of those things could ever grant you. It was ever going to grant you immunity, man. None of it. The sacrificing, the cheesing, the keeping the truth back, the knowing the truth and not, all you dudes, man. Everybody that got a piece of the devil's pot, man. All right? It was never going to grant you immunity. It says, so I'm going to just read on. It says, it is Prime Minister Scott Morrison has warned the rapper that he must be fully, against the, the seat, the cornerback, 1-9 to enter the country. And this the quotes from him. And I'm gonna stop right here. It says the rules are you have to be fully. You see, the rules are you have to be fully. That's all of them. You know how many joints they put out? It says you have to be fully, hit by the cornerback 1-9, equipment, But, it says these are the rules you have to be, fully, they're the rules. It's just that simple. Morrison said during a visit to Queensland on Saturday, January 29th, the Sydney Morning Herald reported. So it's just that simple, okay? So, yeah, man. And I'm going to get another article. Yeah, just to truly double down on this, you see. This is from the Hot 96.9. Kanye won't be allowed to tour in Australia unless he's fully, equipped up, man. See that? This is from, it says 5 hours ago. So, he can't make any money, man. And this is just, just more proof, just proving this thing is real. It says it looks like Kanye is going to have to hold off on touring in Australia until he gets fully. And this is going to be pretty much the environment, man. That's going to be the conditions to do anything, pretty soon. So, for you coon sellouts, celebrities, gainsayers, all of y'all. See that? It says Prime Minister Scott Morrison of Australia is firm on his cornerback 1-9 equipment stance. Padding stance. It says, and even star power won't let Morrison break the rules. See that? And it's the same quote. So it's A. It says the rules are you have to be fully, you know what Morrison said, quote unquote, during a news conference over the weekend, according to the Independent. He continued, quote unquote, they apply to everybody. See, they apply to everybody, as people have seen most recently, referring to and this will make y'all so weak because once your bubbles get popped, all those things that the Lord said is just going to manifest. Everybody going to see y'all to be the weak ones. Everybody, you know, all these losers, people that followed you, sell out women that was with you, because you still subject to the same shit. But what makes you worse now and less than now, you had no backbone. You see? You had no backbone, man. And ultimately, it's just y'all that's not going to be granted immunity, because the only thing that will get you immunity is the elect, man. Being the elect of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. You see? Which we're going to get. So it's basically that simple. It says, referring to the deportation of tennis star Novak Djokovic, who was kicked out of the country prior to the Australian Open for being quote unquote, it doesn't matter who, this is from him, Morrison, the prime minister, it doesn't matter who you are, they are the rules. You see, Morrison added, quote unquote, another quote from Morrison, follow the rules, you can come. You don't follow the rules, you can't. It's just that simple. See? To wrapping this thing up, so you do some clowns, and everybody gonna see that. And we're seeing the Lord manifesting that, man. He gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. See, that's because that man is gonna have immunity. The branch of the Lord is going to be comely in that day for the man that has escaped out of, Israel. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Because I don't want to misquote that. Isaiah 4:2, it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiel, shall be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. See that? And you read it in NLT. But in that day, the branch of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shah will be beautiful and glorious. The fruit of the land will be the pride and glory. Yeah, those that bear fruit, those that have the works of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah that the Creator was looking for. The byproduct of being in the truth, upon rigorous when shit get real hectic like this, man. Ultimately, you see, that's what's gonna be glorious, because that's gonna grant one immunity, and you can actually eat off of that. You eat fruit, so we're gonna be able to eat off these works, man. It says, the fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of all who survive in Israel. See that? It's just that simple, and it's dealing with the men. You see? It says, and it shall come to pass that he, verse 3 in the KJV, that is left in Zion, and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem. Yeah, ultimately being of the elect. And when you read St. John, what's that? The 15th chapter, I want to say that is, these branches is talking about the men that the Lord, that Yahweh Shah set up, that got set up instead of Yahweh Shah. See, this is St. John 15:4. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. Who's the vine? Verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. You see, so Yahweh Shah. So this is dealing with the branch being able to bring forth fruit, byproduct. Those that's in Yahweh Shah being able to bring forth things they can eat of, and no one can stop. Anyway, St. John 15:4, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in the vine. So this telling us what? Well, clearly right here, verse 5, I am the vine, ye are the branches. You see, he that abideth in me and I am him, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me ye can do nothing. Whoo, so that's immunity. See that? No, without the so-called white man. No, without being fully, no, without the chip, without the mark of the beast. He says, for without me you can do nothing. See verse 5 in the KJ in the NLT. Yes, I am the vine. You are the branches. those who remain in me and I in them, because we don't choose Yahweh Basham Shah. He chooses us ultimately. So Lord will, we are the elect, will produce much fruit, which you can eat of fruit. For apart from me, you can look, for apart from me, you can do nothing. So there it is, man. All right. So jumping back, go ahead and closing this out. This is Psalms 52 and 7. So y'all all played yourself, man, and it's gonna be manifesting that day. You know, we're gonna have the glory. We're gonna have the immunity. Verse 7. This is the man that made not the Most High his strength. Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh Basham Yahushua his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. In the NLT, look what happens to mighty warriors who do not trust in Yahweh Basham Yahushua. They trust their wealth instead and grow more and more bold in their wickedness. And this actually gonna amounts to nothing, no immunity, anything. In the NLT, in the KJV, verse 8. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. I trust in the mercy of Yahweh Basham Yahushua forever and ever. And that's why we in this, man. Because the Lord, he controls all things, man. You know, not Esau. He can do nothing except the Heavenly Father gave him that power. You see? I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it. He got this going on. And I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints, which is the Israelites. In the NLT, I will praise you forever, O, which is the elect, ultimately. It says, O Yahweh Basham Yahushua, for what you have done, showing us this is true. And while we are to be in this and not nothing else, it says, I will trust in your good name in the presence of your faithful people, which is the elect. Last scripture. Capping off who has the immunity. Sirach 33 and 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. See that? So it's that simple. And another thing too, it says a wise man hated not the law, but he that is an hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm, a man void of understanding. It's like a man of understanding trusted in the law, and the law is faithful unto him as an oracle. See that? So it's that simple. So you're going to be guided on not folding to the so-called white man's abominable practices that you can, pretty much partake in and be deemed abominable in the Heavenly Father's eyes, to where you will be out here completely messed up. The knowing the knowledge of these scriptures of Yahweh Basham Yahushua will keep you from that, because you'll be able to know, okay, I can't do that, and that won't be the case for you. So that's how it acts as an oracle, and you're going to actually be granted immunity, because once again, verse 1, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord. That's fearing the Lord. See? But in temptation, our temptation, even again, he will deliver him, which is what this all coming down to. So, call halam la Yahweh Basham Yahushua. Waha Rakachodash. All right. Shalom.